Hi guys, welcome back again to another juicy video. How are you guys doing? I know you are doing absolutely amazing, just as I am doing here in London. Well, if it is your first time of coming across my channel, my name is Becca. I'm a migrant nurse from Ghana in West Africa. I'm currently practicing and living in London, and I work in a nursing home in the heart of London. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be doing another expose video, guys, as you requested, because you guys requested to know my highest paycheck I have ever received in the nursing home. And this also forms my highest paycheck in the UK. And this is almost 3 times of my NHS salary. I know you are curious to know what went on in that month, and I mean actually how much I earned in that month. And so I will serve you the hot sauce. I know you cannot wait. But before I go on, guys, let me thank you for 10,000 subscribers, guys. I didn't see this coming, because I have been on break for a while. I never posted videos. I was going about my personal stuff, but you guys kept, the count kept going, and now we have reached 10,000 beautiful souls. Thank you guys so much for constantly sticking to my channel and for coming back onto the channel. Guys, this video is sponsored by Teddy Blake. So Teddy Blake is a designer who designs luxury stuff, affordable designer handbags that are durable and quality, guys. If you use Teddy Blake's handbags, you will never ever regret. If you want to use luxury that is affordable, look no further. Just go onto Teddy Blake website. I'll leave their link in the description box and also in my comment section. I use Teddy Blake because I love luxury and I want to look like that rich auntie, and give that rich auntie vibes. Because what is the purpose of making money that you cannot spend? I mean, there is no point making there is no point making money you cannot spend. And if you want to be part of the rich auntie group, guys, just get a Teddy Blake bag. I just recently got mine. Let me show you. So this is my latest Teddy Blake. I had posted all the way from United States in New York, guys. You can't believe this. So Teddy Blake is a designer that originally is in Italy, and they design designer bags made of high quality. The packaging even tells you all. So it's high quality leather. You can use Teddy Blake products for like 10 years, 15 years, and you will still be using it. Because what is the point in buying a bag that costs you £20, £30, that is going to go under wear and tear in only 1 year, whilst you can buy an affordable designer luxury handbag that will last you forever and ever. It doesn't undergo wear and tear. The leather is obviously very quality. If you hold it, you can see. If you hold this bag to an executive meeting, guys, everybody will look at you and look at you again, because it gives that rich auntie vibe. And guess what? It also has an external handle that can be used, so you can attach this handle to the bag to hang it on yourself, or you can just hold it like this. It just gives the vibe, guys. When I went to Ghana, Teddy Blake was just the bag I was using, and people were like, it just gives that vibe. So guys, get your Teddy Blake. I'll leave their link in my description box and in my comment section, guys. Get their product and you will thank me later. Yeah, if you use it and it goes well, make sure to come back and thank me. Okay. All right, guys, so let's go into today's video. So I have done a couple of videos where I have talked about the care home. I've talked about one of my salaries. I've done a salary video. I have done the routines of the care home. I have talked about the ugly truth of things that happens in the care home that you wouldn't want to know. And in another separate video, I'm going to be talking about some myths or things that people think happens in the care home. I will debunk all those truths, because when I was moving from the NHS to the care home, I heard a lot, I saw a lot, I was told a lot, and some of these things scared me to my bones. But when I got to the care home, I realized that the care home was a beautiful setting, that it was so peaceful, it was so homely, and I was like, so is this what people were talking about? Probably not really. Anyway, so I enjoy the care home. And obviously, guys, I always say that the money in the care home is rewarding. You can quote me anywhere. Becca says so. So the money in the care home is rewarding, and I mean, it gives you an experience of a lifetime. I have learned a lot from the care home. Before I moved from the care home, I was working in the NHS in endoscopy. Within that same period of working in endoscopy in NHS, I was also doing agency shifts in a lot of units in about 6 different NHS trusts and private hospitals, and so I saw a lot. But I tell you what, there are some things I learned in the care home that I would have never ever learned if I was still in the NHS. So I realized that the care home is unique on its own. It's got nothing to do with the NHS really. Obviously, there are some things that happen is across board nursing, but there are some unique features in the nursing home that you will learn. If you want to know the benefits of working in the care home, I've done a unique video on that. I mean, every good stuff in between, I'll bring it to you hot to hot to hot. Anyway, let's go right into the video. So in this particular payslip that I'll be disclosing, I have the payslip here. So if you see me looking down, it means that I am looking down into the money. Yeah. The money is on paper, but the physical money is finished, because that month I had a lot to do. And in this particular month, I worked like a mad woman. I must confess to you guys, I worked like, I'm not sure I've ever worked like this since I came to the UK. I worked really hard because my dad was ill. He wasn't doing well back in Ghana, and I had to visit and also use the opportunity to see my girls because I hadn't seen them for a long time. And you guys, know that going home is expensive because I had been out of home for over 2 years. And so going home for me was like, the expectations were quite high. My family is not obviously expecting anything from me, but it's just, just doing the job to get that extra pound to take home. And also around the time I traveled, it was in July, I went to British Airways. Flights were quite expensive. My flight alone, return flight to Ghana, was £1,900. And a girl has to work hard to make the money. But I am happy there is an institution where your work is acknowledged, financially. That is one of the reasons why I ain't leaving the care home anytime soon, because what is the purpose of traveling to somebody's country? Is it just to work for the name or what? No, it's to obviously impact lives positively. And I tell you what, the impact I have made in the care home, in the life of my residents and their family, and the kind of appreciation they show, it supersedes the money I make in the care home. I look at the impact. I look at how happy my residents are. A resident just looks at me and hugs me so tight. That kind of warmth and bond and friendship that I have developed with my residents is more than the money. The money is just an addition and it's just a reward to my hard work. A resident with dementia can see you and is like, oh, it's been a long time I saw you. When you are back from annual leave, they still recognize you. It means they love you. You formed a bond. You formed a friendship. You are like a second family to them, because some of these people are not even visited frequently by their family. But the love that you show to them reflects in their day-to-day life, and it even prolongs their livelihood. Wow. So enough of the rants. Let's go into the salary. In this month of June 2022, my tax code is still the same. If you have watched my previous videos, you know my tax code, which is 1257, which means that £1,257 from the money I'm about to mention was not levied. I didn't pay tax from that, which is the standard for every worker here in the UK. Your tax code changes if you work more or if you enter the 40% clause, and so that is that about it. So for this particular month of June, I worked a total of 249.50 hours. Quite a lot. I know. Nobody should come after me in the comment section and say you are working too much, you need a break. I don't need a break. I needed the money, right? So in this particular month of June, I worked a basic rate, basic hours of 249.50 hours at a rate of 19.57. At a rate of 19.57. I also worked 12.25 hours in a bank holiday. So as I explained to you guys, in my care home, you are paid for your break and for your handover. So in a shift, you are paid 12 hours and 15 minutes of that shift. So that is the meaning of the 12.25. So one day I worked, it was a bank holiday, and that is double pay. So when you work on a bank holiday, you are paid twice. So for that, I was paid £39.14 per hour. I also had an additional bank holiday, which was, I don't know that bank holiday, I've forgotten which bank holiday it was, but that was categorized as an exceptional bank holiday. And with that one, I wasn't paid double, I was paid time and a half. So I was paid 1.5 of what I am paid. So for that bank holiday, which is also one day, which is 12.5 hours, I was paid £29.36 per hour. I also had some, arrears that was due to be paid for me, which I was paid that as well. And I had training, so I did an hour and 75 minutes of training, and for that I was paid also at a rate of 19.57. So in my care home, if you go for training which is outside of your work hours, you are also paid. So one thing that can also help you to boost your salary is to go for trainings. If you feel like this month you are going to be short on salary because you are not working, like physically working, you can book a lot of trainings. You go for those trainings. If it is out of your work hours, you are going to be paid for these trainings. So in this month, I did just an hour and 75 minutes of training, and I was paid at my same rate. Now I had some bonus. So I told you guys in one of my videos I did that if you some of the care companies actually give you what we call the yearly bonus or the profit sharing scheme. So at the end of the year, they put together the profits that the care home has made. And I say this because care home is business. So care home is business. So the money that the company has made at the end of the year, they calculate based on your contracted hours, and based on the hours that you have done in that year, they give you a bonus based on these two things. So in the year, they calculated from last year till this particular year, 2022 June, and I was also given some bonus. So in total, for the 249.50 hours I worked, I was paid 4,882.72. 4,882.72. For the first bank holiday I did, which I was paid a double pay, it added up to an amount of 479.47. 479.47. For the exceptional bank holiday I spoke about, where I was paid time and a half, I was paid, or it made up to a total of 359.66. 359.66. And then the back pay I talked about, so it was like an arrears. I was supposed to be paid the previous month, but I think it was an oversight, it wasn't paid, so they added it to this month. It made up to a total of 232.70. 232.70. Then the training I did for that month was paid at a rate of 34.25. So I was paid 34.25. Then the bonus I had for the whole year, based on how much I have worked and based on how much I've contributed towards the company, I was given 1,438.40. 1,438.40. Now you wait for the deduction. Wait for the deduction. It will break your heart. If you haven't watched my tax deduction video, guys, you go and watch that video and see how much taxes I have paid in a whole year towards the UK government. It's no joke. In total, if you put all of these monies together, I was paid a total of 7,427.20. 7,427.20. See how I am smiling? So if tax wasn't taken from this money, man, I would have been very rich by now. But I tell you what, I am not there yet. I'm not there yet. Anyway, let's go on to the deduction, okay? So that particular month, as I told you guys in my previous videos, the more you work in the UK, the more you are taxed. So I paid a tax for that particular year of 1,922.86. 1,922.86. I paid an NI, which is national insurance, which goes towards your hospitalization or hospital, public. that are done genuinely for the public, that is what NI is used for. So for NI, I contributed 521.42. 521.42. And for pension, my pension remains unchanged because I don't want to increase it. And at this point, I just want to keep it like this. I don't want to stop it entirely too, so I just keep it as it is. So for my pension, I'm paying 146.80. 146.80. So in sum total for that month, the total that was taken from this money is 2,591.06. 2,591.06. So in sum total, after what I was paid, my gross, what was taken out, my deduction, what I took home, my net, that actually came into the bank account. Before I mentioned this money, don't feel like it was easy for me to get. I worked like a mad woman, as I said. Tears and blood mixed together to get this money. And this is the highest I have ever made. And this is almost 3 times my NHS salary. If you want to know how much I made in the NHS, you can go and watch my NHS videos where I talked about how much I was making as a band 5 registered nurse in the NHS. So in total, what I took home for this month is 4,836.12. 4,836.12. And quarter of this money, or more than quarter of it, went to British Airways as flight tickets to go back to visit my sick father and my family. So this money didn't go into any investment. Actually, it was just used for the gram. But anyway, I don't regret working hard because at that point in time in my life, I really needed money to sort out my family. My dad was sick. He needed physio. He needed medical attention. He needed MRI. Everything you can think of, which are very expensive. So I'm not complaining I worked this hard. I'm actually happy I did, because at the end of the day, my father has survived. He's now almost back to normal. He's doing his things. He's doing his activities of daily living. And he will even be joining me here in the UK very, very soon, guys. I appreciate you all for your constant love and your support on my channel. And thank you for 10,000. And purchase your Teddy Blake bag. Don't forget, guys, to purchase your Teddy Blake, because if you've made all of this money and you can't buy luxury, you can't afford luxury, what do you want to afford? Anyway, guys, thank you so much, for watching my video, for sticking to my channel. I am so appreciative and I don't take it for granted at all. Thank you very much for always coming back to the channel. And if you've watched this video up to this point and you haven't joined my family and you keep enjoying my videos what do you gain? Simply subscribe to my family, join the Becca gang, enjoy my videos continuously, and thank you for always coming back to the channel, really, guys. Until we meet again in my next video, bye.